Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Guys, Liverpool are about to actually submit a massive bid for Alexander Isak that is worth about 100-something million pounds, which is actually crazy. 130 million pounds. Does that put them ahead of everyone else in the league? Arteta with Gyokeres. There is going to talk about Eze, of course, joining Arsenal. Is that enough? Is that Arteta's last chance? Does Gyökeres give him an edge over Liverpool, or it's the other way around? What about Chelsea, of course, signing Xavi Simons and Hato? We'll talk about that as well. And also the complaints from all the Newcastle fans on the internet about the signing of Alexander Isak and about Liverpool approaching Simon Jordan. Is slagging off Liverpool and Alexander Isak on Talk Sports, of course. Liverpool will have their new guy soon. And where does that leave the league, to be honest, and how much Arteta can do anything about it, how much Pep Guardiola can do about these things and what is going to happen next season. And does Arteta now get a leeway with Liverpool signing Isak, or that is his last chance? We'll talk about it. Jerry's going to join us. He's having technical difficulties. Apologizing for people that are here and have been waiting. There are some technical difficulties. Ziad will be joining us to talk in Chelsea. Hit that like button, people, if you are here. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you are new, and support the channel. How's everyone doing? Good to have the salad back. Welcome back. You're muted. You muted yourself.
Sorry, I'm new to this. I'm getting butterflies all over again, bro. It feels so long. You know what I'm trying to say? I've missed you. I've missed the channel. It's the only channel I feel Bruce. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm glad to see the channel growing. Glad to see you doing well. It's nice. It's nice to be back. Alhamdulillah.
I think he is here, of course. Jerry is trying his best, by the way, guys. Jerry is trying his best to join for some whatever reason. His laptop or his internet is disagreeing with him. Guys, there is over 80 votes. Let's get to 100 likes. There's 200 people. Jerry is trying his best. I think it's the remove the background. I'm telling you, remove that green screen background. It will help a lot from StreamYard and watch the match.
I've done that. Same thing. It might help a bit. It might help a bit.
It's look at this now. You're crisp. It's much better.
Really
now everyone can hear you.
Cool. Perfect.
That's and also your background is perfect.
Just to check.
Your background is perfect.
My background too. No, I moved room. That's why I was in a different room.
Big up everybody. TK is here, of course. Ripping Arsenal and not ripping Arteta, as he doesn't like making Arteta, of course.
I think Mo Salah raps Arteta for me today. You know what I'm saying? I rap the club, he raps the manager. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm not a fan of your club.
Let me ask something to Jerry. and let's start the show right away. Why I get a lot of people against you, Jerry, for real?
Why are they against me? I guess, I don't know. I'm just honest. I speak my mind. I don't go with popular opinion. And yeah, it is what it is. I say stuff and I don't really care about other people's opinion, really. Like, do you know what I mean?
What is your opinion? Like, what opinion is it that people don't like?
It could be anything. Like back in the day, do you know what I mean? Before Klopp went, I was saying Klopp should go. I think it was time to go. That's a problem. And now he's gone and, you know, things got better. Or if I've gone and said something about a player, it's been, no, the player's like this. And then it ends up, do you know what I mean? It swings and roundabouts again. Everyone's got.
Are you in the camp of Liverpool are like wrapping up the title, as everyone is saying? Like Liverpool are heavily favorites, and
100%. I mean, you can't sign the players you have and not say you're not try to say you're not favorites. I mean, that's madness to me. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're signing Wirtz 116 million, you're signing Isak, you're signing Ekitike. Yeah, I mean, you're signing big players. That comes with a lot of expectation, but that's the position I wanted to be in. Do you understand? I wanted to have that pressure. I think. Do you know what I mean? Pressure makes diamonds. Do you know what I mean? Pressure makes diamonds. So for me, 100%, man. 100%,
what if you don't get? What if Liverpool don't get Isak, guys? Where does that leave Liverpool?
I'm not gonna lie. You don't know how vocal I am about Liverpool. And I don't like anything about Liverpool Football Club. I don't like anything about. You know what I'm trying to say? And I said this way back. If they somehow get Alexander, forget Etiquette, whatever, forget Broski in it. If they just get Isak, it's wraps. I can't. You know what I'm trying to say? Like going forward is gonna be a joy to watch. You know what I'm trying to say? But at the same time, as we've seen in some of these preseason games, I feel like the teams are gonna open them up very, very easily. I feel like it's gonna be very, very easy to open Liverpool up. They're gonna concede a lot of goals this year. With Van Dijk slowing down a little bit as well. I think they're gonna concede a lot of goals this year. So they're gonna need. It's gonna be like Klopp's. But that season just before they got Van Dijk, where they're going to need to win games by outscoring teams because they're going to concede quite a lot of goals, I think.
All right, quick one, yeah. Where's the evidence of Van Dijk slowing down?
No, I'm not saying there's evidence. I'm saying because of age and that, I'm saying he could slow down. Does that make sense?
He could. But what I'm saying is usually there's evidence in it. It's like this. With Walker, and with Robertson.
Konate last season had that season where he didn't get injured at all. If Konate gets injured this year, there's trouble there as well.
Yeah, but Liverpool.
If you're not worrying about Trent's defending, Frimpong is not like he plays right wing for Netherlands. You know what I'm trying to say? So he's a terrible defender. I think Gyökeres is an incredible signing. You feel me? It's just going to be interesting to see how you fit all of these players.
I mean, first of all, I would say
I don't think Salah or Van Dijk are the problems, or could be the problems. I think the new signings could be the ones that could slow Liverpool down a little bit, but I don't think Van Dijk or Salah will slow down anytime soon, in my opinion. I think it will be the new signings like you said, Frimpong, you know what I'm saying, is not the best defensively. So how will they adapt to that? But also Trent was not so good defensively. How is Gyökeres going to be? How is Wirtz going to be? Is he going to be able to adapt to the physicality? How is Ekitike going to be? I think those are the questions that we need to ask instead of the Salahs or the Van Dijks of the world.
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to Frimpong, first of all, like this idea that he's not a great defender. I mean, teams defend as a unit. That's the best form of defense. It's never the individual. If you look at the best defensive teams that have ever existed, it's been them as a unit. Now, of course, within them, you've got players that are extremely good defenders. But we were with Trent, that arguably, I mean, wasn't a good defender. Frimpong, the difference between Trent and Frimpong is Frimpong has the, whether he's a good defender or not, he's someone that tries. And I think for a lot of Liverpool fans at times, it seemed like Trent couldn't be bothered to defend, as opposed to I'm trying to defend, but it's not working out.
Do you know why I think individual defenders are going to be crucial for Liverpool this year? Because of the amount of attacking talent you lot have, it's going to be a situation where some of those defenders are going to be left isolated a lot this year. Does that make sense?
But that's always happened. That's always happened. Like with Liverpool, that has always happened. To play at Liverpool, you had to be a player that had to deal 1v1. So there's two ways you can do that. So either you allow someone to come against you 1v1 and you try to defend them, or you attack them 1v1 and you put them in positions where, you know, your winger has to now go and defend and you push their wingers back. So it's, again, we've been in teams where we had Trent high, Robbo high, everyone was high, and we were left with just Van Dijk and Matip at the back and Hendo and everyone doing the work. And of course, there's going to be balance. And I think, me personally, I don't think it's the signings. I think it's how does Slot integrate these players, and what roles does he give these players in order for the system to thrive? Because one thing that you showed is, I mean, last season, Gravenberch, I wasn't really rating him the season before. He came in and look what he did as soon as Slot came in. You go and look at, you know, loads of players. You go and look at like Diaz playing as a false nine. I never thought Diaz could play as a false nine. Done really, really well in that position. You go and look at, you know, even Trent's positioning. Trent defensively, even statistically, was much better than he was under any season under Klopp. The difference was positionally, he had to adjust. He wasn't as gung-ho, wasn't as high up the pitch, wasn't in midfield. But what that enabled Liverpool to do is to go and still have the basis to go and score goals. And Liverpool won't have a problem scoring goals, even if we were to go and sit back, because that's just the DNA of the club. For me, it's how do you go and fit in the Gyokeres and the Isaks at the same time, or is Gyokeres just going to be on the bench? And I don't know what Slot sold him on, and I think that's more interesting than not. But look, it's exciting times. I think people trying to go and find little cracks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I can't. As much like if anyone's ever seen me on no stream, you know that I would any chance I get, I'm trying to stick you on Liverpool.
I'm gonna tell you guys something.
The way you lot are moving in this transfer window, I didn't like.
Can I tell you guys for real what is going on here? Big up everybody that joined us from Lewis. Big up Lewis for the raid. Thank you so much, Habibi, for the raid. Hit the like, guys. Everybody that joined from Lewis, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, support the channel. We're on the way to 40K actually, 40K. 1,000 subscribers. So hit the like button and subscribe, guys, and support the channel. If you're here, vote and like the video. Let's get to 500 likes, about 600 people in the house. And we're just starting the show, actually. Do you guys know what is going on with Liverpool now? Do you know when people were like over-analyzing Manchester City after they won the treble and they won the season, and everyone is over-analyzing them? That is what is going on with Liverpool now. We are all, including myself, who's a neutral, but because I want an exciting season, because I don't want to admit to myself that Liverpool are head and shoulders above everyone else, I'm over-analyzing the team. You know what I mean? I'm over-analyzing the team. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at, how is this going to look? Are they going to have a problem here? Is Gyökeres good enough? Are Van Dijk slow enough? Is Salah going to score? That is basically what is going on, of course. And that is the problem. But if you look at Liverpool for real, if they sign Isak, I think their team is miles better than a lot of other teams, including Arsenal as well. People talk about the defensive. They always had a right back that can defend. Always. And you always look at Robertson positioning. The majority of the time at Liverpool, Robertson was literally a left winger, and Van Dijk and whoever, Matip or whoever defended next to him was an isolated defenders. Always they were isolated defenders. The only problem with Liverpool I see is that the depth in the midfield. I know that there is Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, but they really don't have a cover defensively, DM. You have so much attack. Szoboszlai is an attacking midfielder. McAllister is an attacking midfielder. I know that he played deep, but he's more of an attacking guy. Wirtz, attacking midfield. Gravenberch, you played an amazing season last season, but he slowed down at the end of the season. Is that enough for Liverpool? The midfield is the heart of your team. Is that enough for you to actually go on? People talk about Endo. Stop talking about Endo. The man who played 180 minutes last season in the Premier League. Stop doing this, Liverpool fans. Stop the bullshit. Stop this bullshit Endo stuff. He might play some minutes here and there. He isn't integrated in the team. He isn't. He played 180 minutes in the league out of 38 games.
I mean, they are in Japan now, so maybe he's their host in Japan, but I don't think he's doing
bro.
That, you know,
people talk about respect Endo and Endo. Listen, he was good the season before. There is a reason why Arne Slot never used the guy. He would rather play anybody in that DM than Endo. It's a reality. He's not there.
100%. I think to that point, look, the window's not finished, and I think from what I've seen and from what the reporters have been talking about is even after Isak, it's not like Liverpool have stopped. Like Isak's the main target, but we still Gayhe's just on the back burner. Isak, they're waiting to do this Isak deal before they go into Gayhe. That's the only real centre back to link with Liverpool.
This team, blood, who is pissing me off? Like who?
And then
why are they moving like this, bro? It's annoying, bro.
And ultimately, look, if we go into the season and we don't have a centre back and we don't have a midfielder, those are going to be rightful questions that people can go and do. I mean, we can discuss it. Like, oh, look, the depth there isn't there. We need to sort this out. We need to sort that out. We've still got, let's be honest, we've got a month left of the window, a bit more than that. So really and truly, Liverpool now have just tried to do their business early, like they usually try to do. We could go all the way to August 31st. Do you know what I mean? We got to August 31st to get a player in. We're comfortable in that regard. So Gay can come in between now and the end of the window. Another midfielder could come in between now and the end of the window. And look, you just don't know. I know Gravenberch played there last season. Maybe Slot sees a future there for Jones. I'm not sure. Maybe Jones is the guy they want to go and play there. And ultimately, based on what Slot done last season, you just got to trust him and trust his ideas at this moment in time because it worked. We didn't sign anyone and we won the league. So it's one of those ones where, yeah, I've got my opinions. I would love a midfielder. I'd love a Wharton. I'd love one of those DMs. But if Liverpool don't go and get one, there's probably reason as to why, considering I mean, the way Liverpool have spent this season, or this transfer window. So yeah, man.
Yeah. It 100% helped not spending last year and only buying Chiesa and pre-buying Mamardashvili. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, you didn't do anything. And also, you know what I'm saying? I heard that John W. Henry gave the platinum card to his wife. So maybe she is spending the money right now. You know what I'm saying? So that can be true as well. But definitely, but the one thing that people don't realize is the fact that you guys are selling pretty well as well. You guys sold Fonsa for 40 million. You guys sold Luis Diaz for 75 million. You guys are planning to sell Nunes for more than 50 million. You know what I'm saying? You also have pretty much a lot of incomings as well. And I think people are not taking that into consideration and only look at how you spent like they do with Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? But they forget the fact that Chelsea also sells a lot of players, sells a lot of assets. So I think a lot of what you're doing is not really spending. You're just replacing, because you are replacing actual, in my opinion, mid players, because I don't like Diaz, I don't like Nunes, and you are replacing those guys with actual ballers in Isak and possibly Rodrygo as well. I feel like Liverpool are doing amazing business, and people need to realize that they are not like blindly spending. It's also selling as well. And I feel like what Richard Hughes is doing and what Michael Edwards is doing is just proving why Michael Edwards is one of the best sporting directors in the world currently.
Are we overhyping this window for Liverpool? Okay. Frimpong is not a right back. He might turn to be a right back, right? Gyökeres is a good left back, but there are other left backs in the league that are similar.
So solid. I think Gyökeres is so.
He's very solid, and I think he's very good. But him, there's Nouri, there's Mazou Kelly, there's Kukurea. Like
Gyökeres, I don't rate that highly. Works.
Okay, so let me finish.
You know what I'm trying to say. But my thing is,
let me explain to the people.
Sorry, go on. I'm just worried about that Isak thing, bro. Just
exactly. Wirtz is the marquee. Wirtz is the marquee signing currently, right? Like Wirtz supposedly coming to the league, and actually he's the best player in the Bundesliga. 2 seasons ago, he was one of the best players last season. Ekitike, well, you get Ekitike or Gyökeres. Ekitike is similar to João Pedro. They're both similar. You know what I mean? In terms of like attributes and stuff like this. It's all about Isak. It's all about them getting Alexander Isak. You know, otherwise, it depends. Like, I'm looking at this Liverpool team, and the thing about it is that they still have Salah and Van Dijk. I am not buying the case that the league is completely over and everything is done for them and no one is gonna.
You just said they're head and shoulders above everyone else.
They are, but there are things you don't agree with this.
I don't agree.
I think they are head and shoulders above it. I think they are. Okay, the word, when I say head and shoulders, I mean they are heavily favorites.
I don't think so.
I believe like 50% or 60%. I think Liverpool winning the league next season. Head and shoulders.
I don't.
Especially if they get Isak. Especially if Liverpool get Alexander Isak.
I think of course it makes them favorites, but I still think there is a team that is not far behind, in my opinion. Especially because they're doing some very good business as well. You know what I'm trying to say? And there's a particular signing, in my opinion, that's going very, very under the radar, because everyone's so obsessed with attackers and stuff. Bro, Zubimendi is going to be an absolutely transformational signing for Arsenal this year. The way he dictates the play, the way he's just going to... Bro, Arsenal are a slow team normally, but the way he passes between the lines and how he's going to set up attacks so quickly for them is going to change everything, especially if they get Eze as well, right? Or another attacking winger. And also, people forget Marino scored 9 league goals last year. A centre defensive midfielder. Kai Havertz scored 16 goals or something the year before. We're talking about a Gyökeres, like a proper, like, this is all that's been missing for them. Like someone that's decent. He doesn't even need to be 100 goals in 3 seasons. He doesn't even need to be that. Just be better than Mikel Merino and Kai Havertz. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, people are underestimating Arsenal. I know Isak's an incredible name. I know they spend a lot of money, but bro, Arsenal are going to be great this year, bro. The strength in
I think the problem. I think the problem Arsenal have got, and I've said this to Mo so much, is you can't, when you haven't won something, and I've played, right? So when you haven't won something, it's so difficult to get that hoodoo off your back, no matter how good you are.
I think that's the biggest hurdle for them. I don't think it's at the point.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
But that's the
Exactly.
that is the
I
biggest
agree
hurdle,
with that
because they haven't won. So no matter how good, there's been teams that have been so. Arsenal have been good under Wenger. Do you know what I mean? When they went and transformed the whole team after, do you know what I mean, the Invincibles team and stuff, they had good teams that played good football, but that core had never won together. The difference that Liverpool have, and the reason why, addressing Mo's point when he's talking about the signings, is Liverpool have addressed so far every area that rival fans, that critics, that pundits go and pointed out and said where they should improve. So Trent going, cool. We've got Bradley coming up. That looks like a really, really good player. And they went and got Frimpong. No matter what you think about Frimpong, going forward, he's very, very, very good. Remains to be seen where he's playing and stuff, but good player. We need a left back because Roberts isn't good. We got the best left back in the league last season. Ticked. Liverpool need a forward. We went and got, do you know what I mean, Ekitike. Soboslai doesn't chip in with numbers as a number 10. Yeah, he's a good runner, but we got the number 10, like it's the numbers. So every area has been addressed. So when you're looking, when you're monitoring a window, right, you can't necessarily always judge the name or the player that's come in there, because again, as Mo said, there's loads of left backs, there's loads of right backs, there's loads of, but you've got to go and look at, all right, the club have thought that this player is the best solution for that area, they've gone and addressed it. If we were sitting here now and we're like, oh my God, we're playing Bradley and some random person at right back, we didn't replace Trent, and we haven't got a left back yet, and it's Tsimikas, then we can start having the argument. Yeah, of course we won the league, but it doesn't necessarily make us favourites, because
by the way,
you
nothing
highlighted
I'm saying
these areas.
Liverpool, I'm saying Liverpool have done incredibly this window. I'm just saying people are slightly downplaying what Arsenal have done, because Arsenal didn't make that many improvements. You know what I'm trying to say, like
no. I think Arsenal have done fine. I think with Arsenal, unfortunately, it just is what it is. Until they win, there's nothing that they can do until they win. Until they go and win, and it's like, oh, they've won. Then it's like, oh, then you're the guys, and there's nothing you can do. There's no signings you can make. There's Gyokeres is a good signing. Zubimendi, Liverpool wanted him. He's a good signing. But they still haven't won. They've made loads of good signings. I thought Marino was a good signing. I thought, do you know what I mean? When they signed Partey was a good signing. I thought when Skelly came to the team, I was good. Saliba, outstanding. Do you know what I mean? Raya was a great signing. Rice, incredible signing. They've made good signings, 100%. But it doesn't matter because they haven't won. And until they win, that's when we can judge it in mind.
That's a valid argument that like no one can have a counter for. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because
of course,
it's understand. I mean, bro,
because I personally I was one of the people that wanted a Carabao or a FA Cup just to give these players the taste of winning, the taste of silverware, and to give them even more hunger to win even more. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we didn't even win the smaller cups did not give these players the experience or the taste of silverware and actually winning, because I personally do not count the Community Shield. Some people do, but I personally don't. But this whole argument about the squads are miles apart from each other, I personally I don't 100% agree with that. I feel like we do still have a better defense than Liverpool. I feel like the midfield is 50-50. You can put a few Liverpool players in there and a few Arsenal players in there. I don't think there are midfielders clear-cut better than Zubimendi or Rice, in my opinion, from Liverpool. So it's still a toss-up between one or the other. And the only thing that you have over us right now is your attack. But I feel like we still have the better defense. The one glaring obvious difference that we have from each other is...
How do Liverpool have an attack over Arsenal?
If they buy Isak, then you have...
Okay. Of course, if they buy Isak.
Yeah, but currently, I'm looking at it from a perspective that they already bought Isak. If that's the case, then they have a better attack than us.
Yeah, Gakpo or Salah and Isak is better than Eze, to be honest.
Bro, Saka and Gyökeres are gonna go crazy next year. I'm so excited to watch them. I think, bro, Gyökeres is gonna go at least 20 league goals next year, minimum. Like, I have no doubt about that. Whatsoever.
You know that I think that is not. I think that is good, but I don't think that is impressive. I think if Ekitike starts 38 games for Liverpool, he will get 20 goals. That's like Adi.
And the thing is, with the defense thing, right, with Arsenal, this is what's really interesting, right, is that Arsenal, I don't know, it's fair to say, but they kind of transition into being more of a defensive team, right, in terms of how they played, it seemed like there was a focus on we're going to just try and win games, right? So they became much more defensively solid than they were a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
That's only equated to a 7-goal difference in terms of goals conceded last season, right? And Liverpool are tramping you in terms of goals scored. So when you talk about better defensive,
we had back-to-back seasons.
Let me tell you the difference, though.
I want to get this point as well.
So it might have been 7. I mean, 7 goals conceded is a big deal, by the way. That's like in the league. That's
compared to what, like 15 difference? Is that the 86 goals for 16? Yeah, so Liverpool scored 86 goals last season. Arsenal 69.
Usually what happens is the team with the best defense usually wins the league. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like in most leagues, the only difference is Arsenal drew so many games, and that was because of lack of quality in the front end. And 4 months they were without their only good attacking player. Like there's, in my opinion, I've said this on most podcasts so many times. There's no circumstance where a front three of Martinelli, Saka, and Kai Havertz, even if they were all fit, should be competing for a league title. Under no circumstances. The only reason they are is because that defense is so good. So if Saka can stay healthy and Gyökeres can chip in with some goals and they can stay healthy, that 7 goals conceded less will be a massive difference, because that will turn draws into wins. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like there's so many.
But do you think Arsenal? But do you guys think Arsenal can get to? And you look at Liverpool's attacking depth and the way Liverpool have scored goals for season upon season, no matter where they finished in the league. Do you think Arsenal can match that attacking output?
I don't think they need to. I think they just need to keep the best defense in the league and just score a few more goals to turn 0-0s into 1-0s or 1-1s into 2-1s. Because at the end of the day, you don't need to win games 5-0. You get the same points for winning the game 5-0 or for winning the game 1-0. You know what I'm trying to say? And
because
if you remember,
it's like Mo Salah said
before, of, I think there was like 3 or 4 games in January last year where it was Fulham, Everton, or whatever, where it was 0-0 or 1-1. It was very, very close games. They just need to convert those draws into wins. That's all it is. Because they've never been even.
Can I give you guys like a stat? Sorry, Salah. Can I give you guys a stat? Big up everyone that joined us from the Football Terrace, guys. Make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new here, guys, subscribe. Do you guys want to give you something that people forgot? In the season before last, when Arsenal were fit, Arsenal outscored Liverpool and also conceded way less goals. Okay? So it's not out of the realms of possibility that Arsenal still go back to score like 80 plus goals or something like this and still concede the same amount of goals, because I think their defense is improving by the season, which is what I've seen. Their defense. And having Zubamendi there is good. The thing about it is that can Arsenal now go back into creating more chances? Because last season they were so low in chances creation.
That's because Saka was injured for 4 months, though.
Not like, only, it's because Odegaard also, okay, Odegaard
took a step back as well, that's for sure. But
massive step back. He was top of the chart 2 seasons ago in big chances created in Europe. He is way down the list last season, way down. And also Martinelli. People said that he was bad. Like Martinelli was not creating any chances. Now with Gyökeres, I believe that Arsenal might not be able to match Liverpool, but in the same time, they can get close and turn these draws to wins. But Liverpool now, I'm going to say this again, adding Isak, I think that will confuse every single defense in the world now. Having Isak and Salah and Wirtz in the same team. Last season, we saw PSG. It's just Mark Salah, and that's about it. That's it.
Yeah.
And nobody else can chat to Salah. And then now you have Isak. And if you get Isak, of course. If you don't get Isak, it's a different story. Zizo, can you get involved with us, please?
I mean, I find it funny with the Arsenal talk, man. Arsenal.
Why? Tell me.
Because they're the team that haven't won anything. Their whole team hasn't won anything. The manager hasn't won anything. The players they've got there hasn't won anything. So I don't think why we should be gassing them up or we should be expecting them to win anything. What's there to expect from them? You know, it's about Man City. It's about Liverpool. Even bloody Chelsea, because we've won more trophies, you know, recently than them. So you can't expect Arsenal to go out there perform. Yeah, Gyökeres to go in there and score minimum 20 goals. How many players walk in and score 20 goals within their first season? It's not an easy thing to walk into the Premier League. It's not hard to score 20 goals.
People talk about the Premier League like it's this crazy, difficult league, but I saw Ivan Toney score 20 goals in the Premier League, bro. Come on, man.
Ivan Toney is a very good striker.
There was who was it? Who was it? Chris Wood scoring 18, 19 goals in the Premier League. People talk about
Chris Wood has a 1 in a million season, and Ivan Toney is a very good striker.
These things happen. We're talking about a striker that scored 100 goals in 3 seasons. Of course, he can easily score 20 goals. If he stays healthy and Saka stays healthy, he'll comfortably score 20, 25 goals in the league. Comfortably. I don't see that. It's not an issue.
Buemos Mbeumo scored 20 goals. Only Watkins scored 16 goals. Only Watkins
20 goals isn't an issue anymore. And Mo's right when I say 20 goals. It's not impressive anymore, bro. We see Bum score 20 goals.
And also considering the fact that you won the Club World Cup and the Conference League, you know what I'm saying, 2 Mickey Mouse Cups, in my opinion. Are you going to finish above us now? Because you're using the metric of winning of my club being good or not. You know what I'm saying? You won 2 cups, so are you going to finish above us this season?
We'll see.
I don't want to turn this into a question like banter and stuff like this.
It's not banter. This is my genuine question because he says they haven't won in a while, and why are we even talking about Arsenal? They have won 2 cups, so my question is: are you going to finish above us?
We'll see at the end of summer window. What else Arsenal and Chelsea do? We can do.
Sorry, what more do Chelsea need? Just curious. Like if you had it your way, what else would Chelsea need? I'm asking you a question. I mean, you go into. I want to ask you a question because you said by the end of the summer. So I'm saying, what more would you need for you to say, you know, we can finish above Chelsea? Because you're already like minus 3 billion in the last 3 years. So what more do you need?
Sorry, what? Minus what?
Minus like 2.5 billion in the last couple of years.
Come on, there's a lot of context behind that, but anyway, that doesn't matter. In terms of positions, I still want a goalkeeper. You say right centre back, just depending on how fit for final state, but mainly a goalkeeper. I think that's the main big difference. That's the massive outstanding thing that Chelsea needs right now. Well, you can argue if Jackson leaves another striker, but I think. Right now, that attack is fine. You're adding Xavi Simons to it. You've got the Haito, who's a backup for Cucurella, who's played a lot of games. He can cover left centre back as well. But Chelsea do need a goalkeeper. Donnarumma's on the market, and I'm seeing Chelsea fans say no to Donnarumma. I mean, I'm sorry. Like you can never.
No team is complete, Zizo. No team is complete. But I want to go back to the Arsenal before we talk about Chelsea. Let me do this. Alex here is saying people ignore Liverpool kept more clean sheets than Arsenal last season, by the way, which is with a better attack, gives us more chances of winning games. Fair enough. Yeah, that's Alex. Fantastic comment. Appreciate you so much, Alex. Mookie, mighty Arsenal, Real Madrid mentality. Every year, I reckon City and Chelsea going to be way dangerous this season than Arsenal. But yeah, Arsenal for the quad. And that is what I mean. No one is taking Arsenal serious. No one. Nobody.
They don't have to. We only bought the best striker in Europe. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
You think Gyökeres is the best?
Gyökeres is numbers wise the best striker in Europe for the last 2
years. Yeah, no statistic, but do you think he's the best even in the league?
I mean, I wanted him for a long while. So yeah, in my opinion, he is at least
over Isak
right now.
Over Isak? I mean, you wanted him over Isak?
For me, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I think he's
better than Isak.
Yeah, maybe not as a footballer, but as a pure gunman scorer, he is better than Isak.
He's better than Haaland.
No, because Haaland broke the record in his first season. You know what I'm saying? Isak just started scoring, so let's not be disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? Where was Isak like 2 seasons ago when it comes to his numbers? You know what I'm saying? He didn't even crack 20 goals. Gyökeres has been doing this for a while. And Gyökeres only has more career goals, he also has more goals for Sweden. So what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's true. 2 seasons ago, though, or 3 seasons ago, he was in Coventry struggling to get goals, though. Do you know what I mean? And he was in Coventry. No Premier League team wanted to take a gamble on him because he was from Coventry and they didn't really rate him. He's done well in Portugal. Not taking it away from him. But again, I think with him, again, it's a one that it still remains to be seen. And I'm pretty sure, and this is just my opinion, I think if Arsenal thought that Isak was available, they would have probably went in for Isak as opposed to Gyökeres. Otherwise, I think the Gyökeres deal would have been done much, much earlier.
I mean, obviously they would go for Isak first also because of the Premier League experience and also because of the story, because of his style, because people like to compare him with Henry. And he also wore the number 14 at Newcastle. So for this fairy tale story and for the Premier League proven story, I understand why people wanted Isak. But for me, Gyökeres was always my number 1 target. And I'm over the moon that we got him. You know what I'm saying? I don't even.
You must win the league then.
No, because you know how I think about the manager.
What do you mean?
We can't have the best team, but we don't have the best manager.
Your manager finished ahead of Liverpool back-to-back seasons. You mad?
Yeah.
Your manager. So your manager is bad. So you think Arteta's bad now as a manager?
No, I think Slot is better, and you know because. Everyone know that I talked very, very highly of Slot before he even joined Liverpool. when he was their main target. I talked highly about him, and he joined Liverpool. What happened? He won the league, and I still think very highly of him. I think that he is a way better manager than Arteta is. That's for sure.
Way better manager than Arteta. Way better manager than Arteta.
Yeah.
I don't think you say that.
Jerry, do you think that? Jerry?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's way better manager.
No, but there's one. No, for me, look, there's one that's won in the Netherlands.
But you can't just do the winning and losing team, bro. I think that's very disingenuous, bro.
No, it isn't, because when you go and look at the amount of money.
Because, sorry,
I said when you look at the amount of money that Arteta's been given, the amount of time that he's been given,
this money.
No, the level. No.
Let him finish. I want him finish your points, Jerry.
Yeah, the amount of money that Arteta has been given, the amount of time that Arteta has been given, the grace that he's been given, the lack of pressure from the board that he's been given, right? He's had ample enough time to go and win something. Now, maybe they decided not to go and win something. Again, you spoke earlier about, Carabao Cup and FA Cup. You would have liked your team to go and win them. They didn't. But when you go and look at Slot has proven to be a winner. He won in the Netherlands. He's come to Liverpool and he's won again. That's where the conversation ends. Because everything, when Slot came in, the narrative was, and even for myself, I don't think Liverpool are going to win. Top four, probably. Top four, but guess what? They went and won in the season that was supposed to be Arsenal's season. That doesn't take away. I think Arteta is a good manager. But I don't think when it comes to management, right, the best managers are the most successful. I've never heard someone go and tell me ex-managers really, what is De Zerbi better than Arteta? That's probably a better conversation to have.
But Jerry, not even that, but even the small things, even the little things, the in-game management. Slot is way better with in-game management than Arteta. And I can give you examples. You know what I'm saying? People don't like to look at the details and the nitty and gritty of how managers manage games. Mikel Arteta gets flustered a lot. A lot of times he substitutes at the 89th minute to the point that it's way too late. You know what I'm saying? He plays players way out of position to the point that he ruins games by putting players in positions that they shouldn't be. Slot looks at the game in the first half, manages to the point that you win games. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And Arteta has shown year after year that he cannot in-game manage. He cannot improve attackers. That's why I wanted proven strikers like Gyökeres and not people like Sesko, who we can ruin, like he ruined Martinelli and like he ruined other attacking players. You know what I'm saying? This is not agenda. This is just me observing this manager for years. Yes, he can improve teams, but this guy gets flustered a lot. He screws up a lot, and he plays players out of position a lot, and he ruins attackers. That's my opinion. And Slot is just not that guy.
Can I respond to both of you guys?
Yeah, of course.
I respond to both. I'll respond to what's your name? Sorry, okay.
Jerry and TK. Jerry and TK.
Let me respond to TK quickly, because I do agree with you to an extent. The in-game management things that could improve, but I put it down to him being a young manager. He's inexperienced. This is his first job, and his first job is at a big club. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So these things will come with improvement. If you look at every single manager, whether it's Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, they've had other jobs to try and make these mistakes. His first job is in the limelight. So these things will be highlighted a lot more, right? Whether you agree with that or not, whatever. Now, let me come back to Jerry's point, right? Where you're saying the amount of money. I think that's the lazy argument, the money spent thing. Because Arteta's job wasn't, when he first came, that money wasn't spent. That money was spent, to rebuild an entire roster. A 23-man squad. It's a completely different situation. These were finishing 8th when he came, and he turned it. So that money was used to make them title contenders. The starting point is not the same. A starting point and Arteta's starting points are not the same. Slot came into a team of winners already. He had multiple world-class players as it is. Not a single player that Arteta came to was a player to take forward and win with. The completely different starting points. When, for example, Pep Guardiola, and this is the argument I make for Jurgen Klopp, by the way, saying Klopp's probably one of the best managers in the Premier League ever. Because when they say, like, when Klopp came, he had to build off a completely different team. Whereas when Pep came, Pep had Sergio Aguero to build on. He had Yaya Toure to build on. Like, so the money spent is not the same amount of money. So the number of money might, but purpose of the money spent is completely different.
100%. When Guardiola went to Barcelona, if Guardiola wasn't successful or had the same amount of success, if you want to call it success, that Arteta had, would he be in the job, or would he have been kicked out? When Zidane came into Madrid, when it was his first job as a big team, if he had the success or the perceived success that some people think that Arteta had, would he still be in their job or not? Slot when he came into Liverpool.
Oh, but they're completely different situations. The situations are completely different. This is a team that's made the Champions League once, maybe in the last 15 years before Arteta. Obviously, those numbers are not accurate, but they've rarely even been in the top 4. So Arteta's job was to get this entire thing around. Zidane came into a job where Cristiano Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema. It's a completely different situation.
100%. So that's why I talk about. He said ample enough grace time. I said he was a good manager. But when you're comparing managers, you have to base it, unless you're trying to put him in that tier below, which is he's done really well and he's developed a team and he's brought a team back. That's fine. You can have that discussion with them. But you're talking about managers that have the won. So the differentiator has to be what have you won and what are the context of winning.
And no one by the way, also the argument about.
I'm saying from this point now, there's a level playing field. And now he should be able to compete and win things. Does that make sense? But comparing Slot's situation to Arteta's situation over the last couple of years is there simply because this guy came into with Salah and Trent and Van Dijk.
No, but I can compare. No, but would you say the basis that Arteta had on the back of the last 2 seasons that he was at the club, right? Were Arsenal in a better situation to go and win the league, or were Liverpool? Considering Arsenal went and strengthened where they had to strengthen, they made their signings. No, Liverpool finished.
They didn't get a striker last year. If you look at the transfer window last year, they got Marino.
They didn't. Did anyone think Liverpool would finish ahead of Arsenal? No. It was Arsenal's season to win. It was if City drop off, Arsenal are going to win the league. That was the narrative. They did not win the league. It was a manager, right, that came in that everyone thought, oh my God, Virgil van Dijk's getting older, and Salah, he's getting older as well, and Trent might be leaving, and Konate gets injured, and they didn't sign anyone, and they did, and look how badly they did the season before with Jurgen Klopp, and he left. Nah, they're going to be 4th. They're going to be 5th. That was the narrative. Yet he's going to win the league, right? So what I'm saying, the pressure to go into that environment and to then pull off and win the league in the way that we did, you can't even compare the 2 managers. You're right. Arteta went and Slot didn't have to rebuild Liverpool in the same way that Arteta did. Of course not. But when we're talking about elite managers,
for a very long time, the guy's been there for a while, man. The guy, he decided to sign Havertz for 65 million and give him 300k a week. He decided to sign these Calafiori left back and decided to continue on with Martinelli and Trossard and all these players and not give the Saka any help. You can't come now after how many years? 7 years? 8 years?
6
and
years.
now be like, oh, look at the situation. No, like when he
and also
go on.
Let Ziad finish.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing to add to Ziad's point. The fact that people are still using the metric of Arteta is a young manager is, in my opinion, not viable if you compare him to Slot, because they started managing at the same year, 2019, 2020. That's the same year they both started coaching. Before that, they were both assistant managers. And in fact, Arteta was an assistant manager for Pep, and Arne Slot was the assistant manager for AZ Alkmaar. So it's not even comparable, bro. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Go ahead, Ziad. My bad.
Yeah. But it's different.
I don't know why. I don't know why you're backing so much. I don't know.
No, I'm saying, but he's had the opportunity to manage at another club. I'm saying this. Arteta was throwing a team that was finishing 8th consistently. A team that was struggling to get into the Champions League.
Well, this isn't his second season, bro. It's his 8th season.
Sorry?
He's been there for 8 years.
He hasn't. It's like he's starting his 6th year.
Starting his 6th year.
Salah, do you have that blurry background, Salah, behind you?
No.
Can you remove it? No, you don't have. I think it's fine. But all I have to say is that I think Arteta is a good coach, but he has to win at some point, right? My point about this is that he developed a lot of players, and no one can tell me that Arne Slot walked into the team last season and everyone assumed that Liverpool will win the league. People said that Liverpool will actually struggle to get top 4, but we are removing context from it. We're removing context that Arsenal had injuries, didn't have a striker, but also Liverpool didn't have a striker last season, but they had a player that is head and shoulders above everyone else in the league. Everyone last season, which is Mohamed Salah. Now, what Liverpool did, which is why Liverpool are ahead of Arsenal as a football club, is that they went and made sure this transfer window that even if Salah doesn't get the same numbers, we have enough cover to get the goals and the same number of chances next season by signing one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. And now they're trying to sign one of the best strikers in the world. What can Arsenal do? I don't know if there is anything Arsenal can do to offset what Liverpool are doing. Anything. And by the way, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Even if Arsenal sack Arteta tomorrow, and I don't think they should, and get any other manager, if you throw any name, Liverpool will still be ahead of Arsenal. Liverpool will still be ahead of Arsenal.
True.
I think actually any manager now comes to Arsenal, this team is not gonna be favorites ahead of Liverpool. Apart from maybe Pep Guardiola. Any other manager, Ancelotti, Zidane, Inzaghi, Inter. Are you mad?
100%.
La.
Yeah, the guy got Al Hilal playing brilliant football in 2 weeks. Come on, give it a rest.
And also, Inzaghi is a winner.
The guy will go to Arsenal and he wouldn't, with that squad, he wouldn't be able to do well. And he's got some, I don't know, Abdurrahman Baba left back doing well against Man City. But you think Inzaghi, come on, man.
Listen, I agree with Mo. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can bring any manager in right now. Liverpool, you're expecting a manager to do like something that's very, very rare, to come in and just win straight away. Just come in and just win without establishing his team, without going and getting his ideas across. Like, it's not like, I mean, what Slot did last season isn't normal. No one expected it. So if a new manager came in, I wouldn't expect Arsenal. Yeah, you're going to win the league now. Considering you've still got Guardiola in the league.
Arteta.
What's a better job? A better job's winning it, no? Because he's finishing second.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got to win it. He's doing a better job is what? You still finish second. It's second, isn't it? So, like, and I think that's probably why Arsenal don't want to
bottle the league in February. But I'm saying, I think if Inzaghi goes into Arsenal, he does a better job than Arteta.
What's a better job, though?
And he's got higher.
You think Inzaghi goes to this Arsenal team and wins the league ahead of Liverpool?
He's got a higher chance of winning the league than Arteta does. 100%.
Really?
Yeah, but he's probably still going to finish second, though. Like, but Mo's a hypocrite at the same time, though, because he's on one hand he'll say this Liverpool team's too good, no one will come in, but then on the other hand he's going to be like, oh, he finished second again. Should Arsenal get rid of Arteta? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't have it both ways.
That's a very good question. That's a very good question.
Good enough to win the league or not?
Hold on. Great question for you. Arsenal are good enough to win the league. Fair enough. Finally, someone is calling me out and is having this debate with me, which is, let's have it with everyone here. Fine, great, people, finally. Salad is back to the channel. Let's have it. Liverpool are ahead of Arsenal, right? Liverpool are ahead of Arsenal. Arteta, based on everyone here, is being the second favorite to win the league next season, or even third for Ziad, who thinks Man City will be ahead of Arsenal, right? So Arsenal don't even have the team to actually be better than Liverpool. Why should Arteta be sacked then? Someone explain.
That's my point.
No. The reason
I need someone to give me a manager. Someone to give me a manager that comes to Arsenal now and make them number one favorites to win the Premier League next season. Give me one name.
That's a loaded question.
He doesn't. No one has to come in.
It's not a loaded question.
Who knew Slot before he joined Liverpool?
It's not a loaded question. It is not a loaded. Guys,
what I'm trying to say is
now I want you guys to give me one name. It's not a loaded question. It's not a loaded question.
That's rubbish.
I want you guys to give me.
I'll tell. Inzaghi walks in and he's got a higher chance of winning the league than Arteta. As simple as that.
I don't agree.
You don't agree. So the guy that challenged for the Premier for the league and the Champions League with a bunch of old men who would come in. I wouldn't challenge for the Premier League.
You don't know because that team was a very, very good team. I don't know if you don't.
Very good team where, man.
Why wouldn't Inzaghi work at Arsenal? Is it because of the system and the players that we have in our disposal? Is that the reason?
The guy went to
the guy not the winning part.
I'm playing Mahmoud Baba left back, and they demolished Man City. They played Man City off the park. In 2 weeks, he can't even speak their bloody language.
Arsenal smashed Man City without a striker 5-1. It happened.
Mo, we're talking about over the course of a season. I don't care. But Arteta's been for how many years? He's proven he hasn't done it. Inzaghi, he's proven he can challenge and win trophies.
Fair enough.
To be fair.
See, now, hold on. No. Give me 1 second to respond to Ziad. I don't want to go to Inzaghi. Now Ziad is talking sense. Sometimes you will have to try something else just for the sake of trying something else because it's not working. You shouldn't be afraid of going backwards a little bit. And by the way, no one, if even that some people like Jerry, who said that Klopp maybe ended the cycle and he shouldn't have stayed at the club that long, maybe the managers that Jerry wanted were not on paper better than Jurgen Klopp, but at some point, bro, you exhausted your ideas and you haven't won. And for top teams, the ultimate goal is to win. So I like what Ziad just said. Maybe that is the argument that people should have. Like maybe try something else. Try a different manager. Maybe that. Don't be afraid.
It's been done
by the way, for someone that is saying Neil Warnock, bro, I'm talking about top managers. Maybe they should try something else.
You see Luis Enrique educates that Inter won 1 league title in 4 years when they were by far the best team in the league. Can you just let him know that really quickly?
Sorry,
they don't know. I think Ziad knows that Inzaghi. Yeah, but Ziad.
Sorry, one second.
Ziad, hold on, people. Can I just talk about? I'm gonna give you the thing. Inzaghi is a great coach. He is not a good manager under pressure. He is very similar to some of the big names you see. When there was a title race against Inter, he crumbled. It happened 3 times in his career. 3 times in his career, he crumbled. Inzaghi is a good coach.
He's got a higher chance of winning than Arteta.
I don't think so.
I mean, Mo, obviously you're going to look at it from a fan perspective when it comes to Inter, so you're going to nitpick.
It's not only, it's about, no. It's about the system.
Who's got better?
I can name the exact same things about Arteta and how he bottled leagues, bro. The fact that
you guys,
Havertz from a striker to a midfielder, and how we lost against Aston Villa.
Who's got a better squad? Arsenal or Inter Milan?
Inter Milan, significantly. I've never rated Arsenal squad. They've
just signed Gyokeres as well, yeah?
Finals in 3 years. Are you telling me the squad's not good now? A team that's
guys, Inzaghi plays a system that doesn't suit Arsenal at all, guys. Inzaghi plays a system that doesn't suit Arsenal at all. He will need at least a year or 2 to embed the 3-5-2 thing. You have Saka.
How long do it take,
guys? Yeah. How long does it take Inzaghi then? Do you know that Inzaghi took over a team and we went backwards before we go forward?
Yeah,
right?
How long did it take Conte?
Antonio Conte is one of a kind. He's one of a kind.
Also, people talk about.
I promise you, Antonio is one of a fucking kind in the history of the sport.
And also, people forget when people talk about Antonio Conte with Chelsea. People forget the year before he came, they won the league as well. That core was just there. They just had a terrible. You know what I'm trying to say? The year before,
who won the league? Who won the league a year before?
No, I'm saying that team was incredible regardless.
Chelsea won, finished 10th, and then he won.
Chelsea won, finished 10th, and won the league.
He's great. He's great, Antonio Conte.
Okay, but let me ask you guys.
N'Golo Kante.
Okay, 1 second. But TK, one thing. All I'm saying is it's not unheard of for managers to walk in and have an instant impact on the team.
It's very rare.
100%.
It's a very good example.
It's not just it. Conte did it with Chelsea. Tuchel did it with Chelsea. It's not unheard of. It's not unheard of.
Did it with Chelsea.
What Tuchel won the league with?
If you're a winner, you're a winner. Zaghi's a winner. If you're a winner, you're a winner.
And let me ask this question to you, because obviously my answer you already know, Mo. If Arteta does not win a major this year, he's gone. No matter Liverpool.
Everyone said the same last season, and he's not sacked yet.
For me, I'm saying my opinion.
Guys, I'm gonna stop talking like this on the channel, and we need people on YouTube. I'm telling you guys, stop fucking saying if he doesn't win a major, he goes. That has been said for the last.
What I'm trying to say is,
regardless of the context. So I'm just.
But you at the start of the stream said if Liverpool get Isak, then Arteta's excuse is already ready for the Arsenal fans. You know what I'm saying?
We're ready, broski. I'm telling you.
So how long do we need to wait until other people around us are not good enough so we can actually go out and win the league?
I don't know.
When are we going to be good enough to go out?
To be honest with you, I actually think that Liverpool are head and shoulders above everyone, but Arsenal can do something to make it Arsenal can go and sign Rodrygo. Arsenal can go and sign Rodrygo.
The manager's been there.
I need 1 minute. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So he says head and shoulders over everyone. How can a manager be at a club for 6 years? Okay, and he's competing with someone who's going into his second season. Yet the person with the second season is head and shoulders over the guy who's been there for 6 years.
Because they've just been
bro,
common sense. They've got better players. It's as simple as that. Bro, Arsenal haven't had a world-class player in about 6 years.
So 1 second. So yesterday when we did a combined 11 of Arsenal and Liverpool, why was there 6 Liverpool Arsenal players in the combined 11? Yes, on Hassam's channel.
Yeah,
we did a combined 11.
No, I was gonna say I think this year is the first time you could probably say Arsenal have a squad good enough to win the league. I've been saying this. Arsenal had no business even competing for a league title over the last couple of years. Their team was nowhere near good enough. There's like a team with Martinelli and
because of Zubimendi and Gyökeres.
Zubimendi and Gyökeres. I think Gyökeres alone increases their chances significantly. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
How much better is Zubimendi than Partey?
So Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, Raya, Rice.
Come on, man. Hey, Salah, come on, man.
Salah, what are you doing here, bro?
You got Saliba and Gabriel, who's obviously the best partnership.
And by the way, Salah, you rate Saka more than Salah, right?
No, I don't. Relax.
Okay.
I have it wrong, but you do have Saka in the top 5 currently. Am I wrong? Oh yeah, 100%. I think he's an incredible player.
So how can we have a top 5 player and our team is not good enough, including our defense, to win the league without Arteta?
Can I give you some bit of context? And Jerry will probably.
And after this, I need to do after this, and then Jerry, and then I need to do super chats because, and also, guys, there is a fucking 1,500 or 1,400 people here. Need to get the likes up, people. Hit that like button. Get 500 likes. Come on.
That Liverpool team that failed to win the league against Manchester City, in my opinion, is one of the greatest Premier League teams of all time. Prime Salah, Prime Mane, Prime Firmino, that team that was competing with City, the 90+ points. Not a single Arsenal player now, outside of maybe 2 or 3, touched that team. And that team couldn't win it. Sometimes a team is just better than yours. And Liverpool's probably just better than Arsenal. Like, that Liverpool team probably wins 8 in a row if they come in from now. Does that make sense? But Man City were just better at the time. And Liverpool might just be better than... You know what I'm trying to say? That's not taking anything away from Arsenal.
That's the problem, isn't it? Because you're saying now that Liverpool are in a situation where, yeah, we're better. We've made those moves. We're better than Arsenal. There's nothing Arsenal can do. We just got better players. Arsenal fans were saying this. Oh, people saying the same thing about Arsenal when they were coming up against City. So at a time where Arsenal should have strengthened, and that was last season, Liverpool did not strengthen the team. Liverpool were not favourites to go and win the league. That was the perfect opportunity for Arsenal to be like, you know what? We're going to go and win the league. They didn't win the league. So it goes back to it.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of mistakes that Arsenal have made.
There are. But guess what? Mistakes, mitigating circumstances. That's football, isn't it?
But to be fair, as I've said this, I'm going to say this now for the first time on Mo's channel. I think this time there's an even playing field, and Arsenal should be good enough to compete with Liverpool, regardless of whether they sign Isak or not. I think.
But you just said that Liverpool's got a better squad.
No,
so
I'm talking about in the context of firing Arteta. Like, I'm talking about for people like Mo that are saying they're head and shoulders above. I was talking about it hypothetically. If you're saying they're head and shoulders above them, how can you?
Currently, they are without a left wing. I don't agree. And without an attacking midfielder, 100%.
Bro, also you've got Saliba and Gabriel. Saliba and Gabriel, who's arguably the best partnership in the league. You've got Declan Rice, who apparently people say is the best midfielder in the league. You got Saka, people comparing him to Mohamed Salah. Okay, and you got Kai Havertz up front, who Arteta chose to bloody sign and give him 300k a week as his main striker. But they're nowhere near. They shouldn't have won the league.
If Salah missed,
so hold on. So what do you think, Ziad? Okay, Salah, just give me a second. So what do you think, Ziad? Do you think they're going to compete next season?
Arteta's not good enough to compete with them.
He's been competing with them.
But they competed already.
He's been competing with them.
They didn't compete last season. Last season they didn't compete.
Last season, last season an anomaly because last season is a bit of an anomaly because if Liverpool lost Salah for 4 months, they're not winning the league either. They're struggling as well.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But that's fine. But that's what I'm saying. Football, and that's fine. But there's so many mitigating circumstances.
Absolutely.
When you could go and say beginning of the season, I heard people saying Liverpool haven't got a DM. You know, Liverpool are going to struggle. They ain't got a Rice. They ain't got a Partey. They ain't got this number 6 to go and play in that position. Oh my God. Jota went out injured and Nunes is rubbish. We played Diaz there. We haven't got a forward. There's always mitigating circumstances as to why someone cannot win a league. When City were winning the league and they didn't have a striker and they were playing Gundogan false 9, everyone could have went and said, they don't have a forward, you know. Maybe this is Liverpool's time because they don't have a forward.
At the end of the day,
no.
Arsenal don't have Martinelli in that, bro. You're playing Marino up front. I mean, you're playing with DM up front.
So if you're saying they're playing...
We still finished second.
Perfect. So if you're telling me that with those players there, that you're telling me that one signing of Gyökeres changes everything for them, as opposed to the way they play, as opposed to certain game management things that TK spoke about.
The thing is, last season, let me tell you what last season was a bit of an anomaly in it, bro. They had no attackers available. There was a point where Saka, Martinelli, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, all of them were injured. They were playing a DM at number 9, like. That's likely not going to happen again. Like, sometimes there's mitigating circumstance. Of course, when you said this person wasn't available, so Luis Diaz paid. Gakpo, like you had options there. They had none available.
All right, cool. All right, so the season before, when the mid-game circumstance was Gabriel went down injured.
No.
But this is my point. You're saying before last, because TK will account to this. 1 second, TK will account to this, right? Ethan Nwaneri was doing really, really well. The fans were begging him to go and play. He opted not to go and play him. Whether he wanted Sterling or not, he had Sterling on the bench. There was times when Sterling could have got game time. Whether he was good or not, I don't know. They didn't. They decided not to go and play him. These are decisions that the manager has gone and made. So the reasons as to why Arsenal won the league isn't just because, we had injuries, because there were games where they were winning games and they lost. They scored goals. They're winning games 1-0 and they lose the game 2-1, or they drop points, or they draw too many games. That's down to management. That's down to players' mentality and game management in certain situations. So until that is rectified, it doesn't matter what players they've got. It doesn't matter what players they've got, because if Gyökeres comes off in the 60th minute because he's having a poor game and he puts Kai Havertz on and they don't score, fans will be saying, why did you take off Gyokeres? Havertz is rubbish. He doesn't score goals.
By the way, I agree with Nwaneri, but I don't agree with Sterling. I think he was
come on.
Scrub,
no. I'm not saying I would want Sterling. I'm not saying I would want Sterling. What I'm saying is that was someone that came into the club. So, for example, if Liverpool went and played and they signed Chiesa, right? Chiesa's been a poor signing, but we won the league without Chiesa having to play. But if, for example, we had wingers that were out and we were playing, I don't know, Curtis Jones out on the wing, and we're playing Gravenberch out on the wing to make do, and we had a winger on the bench, the fan base would rightfully be like, we had the winger to go and play and we didn't play him there. I know what it's like, because I've been in situations as a Liverpool fan where we didn't have any centre-backs and we're playing Gini Wijnaldum and Henderson as a centre-back partnership, and we had centre-backs on the pitch. And it took Klopp until the last couple months of the window where he said, actually, let me play Reece Williams and Nat Phillips at centre-back. And we actually went and got into the Champions League last day of the season with a header from Alisson. So I know what it's like when a manager doesn't make
with the header from Alisson. So
yeah,
I get your point. Let me do these super chats, guys, please, and then we'll just continue the conversation. Mookie saying, see, they have the best players now in every position. Forget Erling, Isak, Salah. They are the strongest team in the world. Yes, they did not win anything, but trust me, they are the best. Big up, Mookie. Yeah, people are going to just keep mocking Arsenal because of, like, not winning anything.
And to be fair, rightfully so, until they win something, innit? Like,
that Chelsea fan looks like an actor from the 30s. Yeah, Zizou's, like, style. As always. That's a good thing. Voice of Reason is saying, if Liverpool had Alisson fit the whole season, we may not have conceded 7 more goals than Arsenal. We can all do that. If injuries thing, it works both ways. Fair enough. Voice of Reason.
What I'm saying is unprecedented circumstances where your entire forward line is injured. Like the entire is different. Like normally injured. And by the way, I haven't mentioned injuries at all this entire team, even though it's a valid excuse for Arsenal. But when you've got your entire forward line plus the subs that would come in for them injured, it's a difficult situation to manage.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Champions League semi-final.
So what's the excuse?
Not that that means anything, by the way. I'm just saying.
What's the excuse for next season?
So can I ask you something, Zizou? I'm gonna play. No, but you asked the question. You asked the question.
Isak is the excuse.
Salah, go ahead. There is no excuses for Arsenal.
No, but the thing is, he's talking like this, but he can't confidently say that his team's going to finish.
No, but hold on. Forget his team. Zizou, is there an excuse for Liverpool not to win the league next season if they sign Alexander Isak? No, right? But one of them will fail. One of them.
Okay, and just because you fail doesn't mean you have to have an excuse.
Yeah, sometimes the team's just better. Facts. That's what I've been saying. So sometimes the team's just better.
So is our team right now not better? I mean, imagine if we bring Eze as well.
I need to finish the super chat. Let me finish the super chat, please. Brian here saying Gyökeres scored 21 goals in his last season for Coventry, 13-14 in his first season, not as a main striker, carried it for 2 more seasons at Sporting. That's why I think he's going to have a great season with Arsenal. He's going to have a very good season, especially if they get Eze, to be honest. He's going to score 20-plus goals. I think he's going to get 25 GA at least for Arsenal. At least next season for Arsenal, Brian. Fair enough. Wu Li, Chinese SL, 35 goals. Let's sign him too. No. But you are not comparing the Chinese league to Sporting Lisbon, who won the league in Portugal, and they play Champions League as well, Blaze. Don't be disingenuous. There are players that score a lot of people a lot of goals, and they just are not good. But you can't tell me that Gyökeres is. People now are really thinking that Gyökeres is not a good signing for Arsenal. Are the same people that told Arsenal you have to go and sign Gyökeres, by the way. Same shit.
Also the same people that wanted him as well.
Let me finish these guys. You guys, Mikel Arteta is a good coach tactics wise, not a man management. Fair enough. 100. I agree with that. I agree with that. AMT. I was saying Slot started managing in 2016. Correction to TKA.
He was an assistant coach in Pek Zwolle at the beginning, and then he went to Cambuur, was an assistant coach there. Then he went to AZ Alkmaar, was an assistant coach there, and then he became an actual manager in 2020. So get your facts straight, please.
Fair enough. In Formula One, I like these super chats from Blaze, world champs. In Formula One, you don't build shit, and you don't build a shit car and make excuses when you lose. So spare me with the Arteta experience excuses. No one forced you to make that pick to compete with Pep Guardiola. Blaze, my response to you is very simple. No one forced Chelsea to actually hire Enzo Maresca now. You have signed a lot of players. You have had your project going on for 3 years now. Chelsea must win the league. No one has forced you to sack Pochettino last season and hire Enzo Maresca.
And who's won more trophies in the last couple of years? Bit mad, isn't it? The guy can't even win a Carabao Cup. It's crazy,
bro. You're talking like this all this.
You're backing a man. You can't even win the Carabao Cup. No one is telling you to win.
You're saying this, but you
couldn't
can't
even
say
win the FA Cup.
Carabao Cup. That's what I'm trying to say.
You can't even win the FA Cup.
Where your team's gonna finish next year? It's crazy.
FA Cup, Salad. He can't even win the FA Cup.
I mean,
forget the league. FA Cup.
Technically, he did.
Okay, so in 6 seasons, he won one FA Cup.
All right, I mean,
is that who the guy you're backing? Come on, man.
I'm looking at the whole.
I promise you, Chelsea will win another trophy.
I'm looking at everything as a whole, innit? I'm looking at everything as a whole.
Chelsea will win another trophy before Arsenal.
Sorry?
Chelsea will win another trophy before Arsenal.
All right, congratulations. Chelsea's not winning a big trophy in a very long time. Very long time.
You know, every time I come on the show, I talk about Arteta like this, Mo. My bad. I did not mean to make this a whole Arteta out conversation again. I genuinely wanted to talk to transfers and football, bro.
No one is saying go and win the league by 20 points. At least win the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. At least. Bare minimum.
You know the difference between me and you? Arsenal now are past the FA Cup and the Carabao
Cup. No, they're not. There's no such thing as being past the trophy.
Wallahi, they are.
How the fuck does
don't do the standard FC shit.
Mo,
Arsenal and Man City. Don't do that standard FC shit.
Too good to win the trophy.
Arsenal now, even if Arteta wins
the FA Cup. Even though they haven't won it.
I am answering you now. Arsenal as a football club are not too big. Nobody's big for trophies. But Arsenal under Mikel Arteta, after building that much and having that many players signed and now signing a striker, Mikel Arteta, and I'm just saying it, if next season the trophy that he gets is the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, that is not a success for a club that is the size of Arsenal Football Club. That is very simple, my friend. For Chelsea, because you cannot, as a big club, you cannot have a big club. You cannot call yourself a big club and have a manager for 6-7 years. And now at the end of that cycle was signing one of the best strikers in Europe, win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. That is not enough. It's not enough.
It's about they haven't even done it. They haven't even done it yet.
Now you can criticize that, but don't tell me Enzo Maresca came in, played in the Conference League, basically played the second team, the whole competition, played one tough game in the final against Real Betis, won convincing, played in the Club World Cup. Fair enough. The Arsenal and Liverpool were not there, so I'm not going to say that. He won 2 trophies, but you cannot tell me that now Enzo Maresca better than Mikel Arteta season.
No, I'm not. That's not the point.
Answer. It's a yes or no answer.
That's not the point. The point is you have to win the trophy. You have to win the trophy.
Just answer me this, my young brother, Zizou. Answer me this. If you have a choice tomorrow, would you take Enzo Maresca as a coach that is better than Mikel Arteta? I can ask everyone on this panel. It's a yes or no question.
I'm not sacking Maresca for Arteta.
It doesn't matter. I'm asking you, who's the better manager currently today?
I don't know.
You can't answer.
I don't know.
Jerry, tell me one answer today, Jerry. Who's the better manager today, Mikel Arteta or Enzo Maresca?
Arteta.
TKA.
As the cup manager,
currently now.
Okay,
doesn't matter.
Stop it.
Arteta.
Come on, man.
So what's the what's you?
The point is the people that keep. I'm gonna tell you because when I spoke to you, you said about who won more trophies, Maresca or Arteta. So that means you believe that Enzo Maresca is better than Arteta.
And I'm telling you, Chelsea will win another trophy before Arsenal and Arteta.
What kind of trophy?
FA Cup and Carabao Cup before them.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Subhanallah. So now in England, no one cares if you win the FA Cup.
I am telling you. I'm telling you tomorrow. I'm telling you now. I am telling you.
Okay, no one cares.
I am telling you.
No, ask any.
To be fair to Arteta.
You only. I'm gonna tell you. Care? Okay, sorry.
One second. You know what? The best person
to respond. I need Zizou. I need to respond. Zizou. I need to. Zizou. No. Don't tell me 1 second. Don't tell me 1 second. Let me respond. Let me respond to you. Simply, if Chelsea finish third next season, and you win a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, at that time, I will say that Enzo Maresca is a better coach than Mikel Arteta.
Okay, Simple. 1 second. Jerry, in the last few years, how many times
clip this, guys, and remember this for next season.
1 second, that's rubbish. How many times have you won the FA Cup and Carabao Cup in recent years?
3 times.
And
so Carabao Cup twice. Of course it did.
You can't sit and tell me FA Cup and Carabao Cup don't mean anything and you don't care.
Ask Jerry this question. Let me ask Jerry a question. Jerry, if you go into this season and the only thing you do this year, you finish third and win the FA Cup, are you happy with that?
You signed Isak. Jerry.
That's what I'm asking.
No, because our target is
coming off winning the Premier League.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's our target to win everything. But if we're going back to what you said about Arteta and he's building this team and he's trying to get to that level, and
he has to win. He has to win.
He has to win something. There's building blocks, isn't it? If I can't go and win the Premier League, that he doesn't understand, and I don't know whether Arsenal fans understand that. The benefit that the players will have from winning something, because you go through trials and tribulations on a cup run. You can ignore it as much as you want, but the reason why Newcastle now,
it will still be bittersweet. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right now it will. But a few years ago it wouldn't.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. They should have taken it more seriously a few years ago. But now, what more saying?
But even now, if Arsenal finish third and win the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup as an example, right, but finish third, or
that's fucking bullshit.
Okay. Compared to this, didn't finish in second.
It's better to finish in second.
It's better, of course, but I think it's a failure.
It's still, no.
It's still a failure.
I don't think it's a failure. I don't think it's a failure because I don't think Arsenal are in a position to go and win anything because they don't won anything.
Overlook something and become better than something you haven't even bloody won. What kind of nonsense?
For me, that's what, for me, and this is what I said earlier. For me,
okay, I hear the argument
until
from
you
guys,
win.
Because it's glazing.
I hear what, like, I don't say.
It's not glazing. It's the opposite, guys. It is the opposite. I am putting more pressure on Arsenal than you. How am I glazing?
Yeah.
Mo,
around.
No. Mo's not glazing. I'm just saying that the standards that I have for Arsenal aren't the same standards I have for Liverpool because you have never done anything. This team's never done anything.
But wallahi, I don't know how to say that in Arabic. Maybe someone can tell me. Who are the people in Arabic can actually translate this? JJ or someone. This is Beit al-Qasid, which is this is the heart of the situation. Jerry doesn't consider Arsenal at the same level as Liverpool. He doesn't hold Arsenal to the same standards.
Why?
Why though?
Why?
No, you can ask
What do you mean you don't know? What do you mean
because this is my point. Because they have proven that under the tenure of this manager, they have not gone and won. That doesn't take away from me. Like I said, I rate Arteta. I rate their players. I think some of their players are outstanding. But there's so many teams that I think their players are outstanding and good. I cannot go and look at them like you're going to be a viable. You know what? If we come up against you in the Champions League final, boy, Arsenal. Like I don't even look at it that way because I'm just like I'm so confident Liverpool have done it. You guys haven't done it, but guess what? Yeah. And that's what Arsenal have to fight with. That's what Liverpool have to fight with.
You know what's funny?
Until they won anything. 1 second before I go. Until Liverpool won anything under Klopp, right? It was always the bottlers. Got to Europa League, didn't win. Got to this, didn't win. Got to the final, bottled it. It was always that until Liverpool went out and won. So until you guys win a major trophy, that's great. Until you
want me? Okay, I'm gonna get Zizou.
You know what's funny as well? One of the greatest managers, Mourinho, said every single trophy counts. Every single trophy counts, and every single club and every single manager has to experience trophies. Arteta hasn't brought that to Arsenal. As simple as that. 99% of that bloody squad are losers. They haven't won anything. They've got no medals. So don't come sit here and tell me because they've competed the league for a couple of years, it means they can bypass the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. And if they do win it, it means nothing. Bro, Saka will be popping champagne bottles.
I'm not saying it. No, we're not saying it nothing. We're just saying. What's
Raya one? What's the Liga one?
It's like I said at the beginning. It's about the taste of winning. It's about
Gyökeres bloody won it.
It's about silverware. Players do care about this
one.
So we shouldn't. Okay, guys. So let me respond. So we shouldn't take Arsenal seriously because they haven't won. Let me give you an example of a team. Okay, let me finish, please. Okay. Let me give you an example of a team that actually did exactly the same, kind of similar to what Arsenal did. A team that the last time they won a league title was 2010. That team didn't win any trophies and kept going away from the competition and didn't make Champions League for 5 years. Then they go get a manager, and that manager builds the team and finish second. Do you know what the expectations was from that manager the year after? Win the damn league, which is Antonio Conte at Inter. The first year he didn't win the league. The second year he won the league with Inter. My point about this, I am putting more expectations on Arsenal than you guys. And you guys are saying you shouldn't put expectations on Arsenal. Yet, which is the equation that I don't have a solution for. In math, how are you guys sitting here and telling me that we shouldn't put expectation on Arsenal? Yet you banter them for not winning. So I don't get it then. How does it work both ways?
What Premier League team was the Carabao Cup or FA Cup before winning the league? Which team won the Premier League before winning the FA Cup or Carabao Cup?
I don't know.
Slot?
Not a lot of clubs.
Arne Slot, Claudio Ranieri with Leicester, Ancelotti with Chelsea, Jose Mourinho.
Ancelotti won the
Jose Mourinho with
Chelsea
on the double. 2005.
Ancelotti done the double.
Technically.
Look, I don't. Liverpool done it as well.
I
don't think Klopp done
Okay,
that.
so Arsenal. So you guys think that, Jerry? Let me ask you a straight question, Jerry. Do you think the next step for Arsenal is to target the cups? Is that what you think?
I think the next target for Arsenal, right, is to win. And I think they need to go and again, to win, you have to aim for the top. You don't, like, no club sets out, we're just going to sacrifice the league, sacrifice the Champions League to just go and win that. No, I'm not asking that. But what I'm saying is Arsenal, I think Arsenal are a good enough team, right? And they've got a good enough squad where they can compete on multiple fronts. That is where they're at, right? So there's no excuse for Arsenal to be getting knocked out of the third round of the FA Cup.
Thank you so much.
Getting knocked out by that. Right, so yeah, still go for it. Go Liverpool, even in the clock, they went and they won. I mean, they didn't win the league, but guess what? They still picked up FA Cup and Carabao Cup in that same season, in that quad season. We still went. And
I like that. That's
and
fair.
It was a failure. Yeah, we were upset, but we knew that. Yeah, the team was aiming for this. They didn't get it, but guess what? They still won, and that's the difference in mentality. Arsenal is just like, if we don't get the league, all right, well, we're just going to be the losers again. Like, where's your fight? Where do you want to win the next thing?
Fair enough. Let me do the super chats, guys.
What's your expectation for your team next season?
Get top 4.
Really?
Yes, maximum. It doesn't matter if it's Napoli.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
As of July 2025, Arteta has spent about 803 million on transfers as Arsenal manager, 200 million till 1 billion spent by one manager. Only Pep exceeds his spending. Fair enough, and he hasn't won. That's why he must win.
Again, I've already spoken about the money thing. You needed that to overhaul an entire squad. Like, that's 23
And
players.
also, the question is, would Maresca challenge in his third season if he took over that Arsenal team that Arteta took over?
Of course not. Have you
I'm
seen
telling
that?
you, hold on. I think actually Maresca is going to challenge this season. Just to let you guys know.
That's not the question that you asked.
No, but my question is the Arsenal team that Arteta took over.
Arteta took over all those years ago. Would he have challenged for the league in 2 or 3 seasons? Of course not.
He is going to challenge with the Chelsea team that
That's
is.
not the question, you fool. That's not the question that's been asked.
But it's a similar situation.
No,
Chelsea.
of course it's not. Of course it's not.
No, because you can use the argument for Chelsea as what you used for Liverpool. It's an amazing team with amazing players. He had Caicedo ready to go. He had Enzo Maresca, Enzo Fernandez ready to go. You know what I'm saying? He had amazing players. Cole Palmer was already there. Did Arteta have those players? No. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to dismantle this in one sentence. That only 2 players that Chelsea inherited that they looked good under Pochettino are Cole Palmer and Caicedo. Cucurella, Chelsea fans wanted them out. Enzo Fernandez. See, you're not going to let me finish. You're not going to let me finish because you know where I'm going with this. Because you know Nicholas Jackson was shit. He didn't have wingers under Pochettino that played good. Reece James was injured most of the time. Lavia was injured most of the time. And Levi Colwill was shit and because Pochettino. Enzo Maresca is the one that evolved this team. Nobody's saying otherwise. Enzo Maresca has taken a team under Pochettino that only had Cole Palmer and Caicedo, made Enzo Fernandez good, right? Made Cucurella look good, made Colwill look good, made Sanchez even look better, made Chalobah look better in the second half of the season. And that is what he did, Enzo Maresca. So he did kind of similar to what Arteta's doing, developing. But the question would be, before anyone jumped, is can he consistently do this next season? Can Chelsea sustain a league challenge next season? And we're yet to see that. Hakai is saying, big up the panel and Ziad, my favorite Chelsea supporter on YouTube. Big up your damn self. Zizo, I like it when people count Arsenal out. It's just more motivation for the team to do better. Will they? I hope so. Big up. That's a lot of questions about Arsenal. So big up, my man. Hit the like button, people. Come on, we still have 1,200 people here. There is no one better than Arteta is a joke. Are Arsenal a big club? People suggest us Arsenal fans accept failure because they like Arteta. Actually, it's the other way around.
That's what you guys are suggesting, basically. Oh, City was too good. Oh, now Liverpool is too good. So Arteta can just stay there and chill. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not talking.
No one suggested that. I need to
take managers out. Like just squad-wise.
That is basically what you guys are saying.
I actually think Arsenal are good enough.
No, I think Arsenal are good enough. Like for the first time, I can say, you know what, Arsenal they have a decent enough squad. But TK, let me ask you a question. At any point, have you thought Arsenal,
finish this?
Do you think Arsenal's squad were at any point good enough to win the league in the last 3 or 4 years?
Yes.
Yes.
When?
Just last season, 2 seasons ago.
2 years ago. Last season.
3 years ago and 2 years ago. We were good enough. Yeah.
I told you last season was an anomaly. Last season they would have competed had it not been for.
No, I'm not counting last season. I'm counting the season before when Bryce joined,
and the season before that. First of all, we'll talk about the season before that in a second. Not last season, the season before that. Arsenal dropped just 4 points in the second half of the season. They were incredible. Man City just won 15 games in a row.
And when did we drop points?
So they were good enough. So they were good enough to win.
You need to put the context as well.
Then, I don't
we dropped points.
I just think it was
we dropped points. I didn't get ahead of us. No, listen.
Sorry?
We were at the head. We were behind the wheel.
What, Jerry?
So this is nonsense. What do you mean they weren't good enough?
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Sorry. Go on, TK. Go on, TK.
When I say the squad, when I'm saying they're not good enough, I'm saying
let me finish.
Never been good enough. A team with Martinelli and Havertz should never be winning, never be challenging for the league. Never.
Havertz would not be here if Arteta wasn't here. First of all, Madueke would not be here if Arteta wasn't here. Second of all, you understand?
That's the point I'm making.
Third of all, if Arteta did not change the system against Aston Villa, we would not have dropped points. City would not have overtaken us and go on that mad run. We were already ahead of Manchester City, but we gave away the first position because Arteta wanted to play Havertz in midfield instead of at striker where he was doing decent.
So the one game that you got,
he changed the system, the entire half of the league. It's not because of the players, it's because he changed the system.
So you're blaming the manager for the one game that you didn't get points in.
No, I can name you multiple. Wallahi, I can name you multiple, but we don't have time. It's already 1.5 hours, and we're only talking about Arsenal. You know what I'm saying?
No, in that second half of the season,
and Liverpool
games you dropped points in one game.
We actually spent the majority of the show speaking about Liverpool in the beginning. Actually,
I can also name you the fact that he played holding when Kivior was on the bench. You know what I'm saying? We can also name those things, bro. This guy made a lot of mistakes, and he keeps making mistakes. But I'm not going to make excuses for him.
This will stop the argument. A great coach doesn't need everything in place, players to win the league. Fair enough, AMT.
Tell me one team. Tell me one team. No, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. Tell me one team ever that's won it without great players. One team that's ever won the league without great players. Tell me
hold
one.
On. Hold on. Two seasons ago. So 2 seasons ago, right? Because TK spoke about that's the season, right? Did Erdegaard have a great season that year?
2 seasons ago,
yes. Yeah. Did Saliba have a great year that year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before he got
Did
injured.
Gabriel have a great year that year?
Yeah.
Yes. Did Saka have a great year that year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Martinelli have a great year that year to the point where Klopp even went and was like, you know what? Probably scratching their head thinking, can Liverpool even try and grab him?
15
yes,
goals,
he did.
yes. 15
goals. Yes. I've named you 5 players that had outstanding seasons. Yeah. You have to look at seasons for what they are. You talking about they shouldn't have had a right to do this and shouldn't have had a right to do that. There's multiple seasons where people looked at Liverpool's midfield and said Liverpool's midfield shouldn't have won the league because they had Henderson and Milner and Gini Wijnaldum and we don't really rate them and they're not against goals and they're not technical.
Forget that. There is an easier answer for this, Salah. There is an easier answer.
I'm answering this question. I'm asking.
I am going to answer you. There is no team in the history of the sport that won the league with 11 complete players in every position. Liverpool, one of the best examples is Liverpool last season.
That's not a question.
That is the question.
No, it's not.
He is saying a great coach doesn't need everything in place. Great coaches make things work. Like Gravenberch
I agree with that. I agree with that. But what team has ever won the league without world-class players? Every single team needs world-class players. Every single winning team needs players to perform.
Okay, was Wes Morgan world-class? Was Maguire world-class?
No, Kante was world-class. Vardy had a world-class season and Mahrez was world-class.
Okay, I think what happened a different argument. Guys, I think we're having a different argument. The super chat is saying that no team is complete. Salah is saying teams have to have 2 superstars. These are 2 different arguments.
These
are completely different arguments.
Okay, the thing is, most of the time when you win a league, you need a lot of things to go your way. You need to have luck with injuries, and you need all your players to be on form at the same time.
They didn't bloody win that big cup, man. Move on. This is too much.
Everything was great for Liverpool last year. They didn't have any major injuries.
This is crazy, man. Move on.
Let me do that. 2 points of City. They gave him Moreno and Calafiori.
No.
Yeah,
he picked them. He picked them. Not they gave him.
So you're telling me
one thing straight. Yeah? I'm not giving this excuse anymore to Arteta that he just uses what he gets and does not have any say in what's going on.
No,
he has a lot of say. And that's why we bought Madueke.
I need to, guys, quickly. We're not gonna.
We're not gonna do this. Not they gave him. He picked himself. It's that simple.
That's fine. But he also wanted a striker, which they didn't give him. He also wanted.
Well, he just had Havertz for 70 million.
That was 2 years ago. We're talking about.
You want a new striker every 2 years?
What are you talking about?
You want a striker every 2 years? Is that what he wants? A new striker every 2 years?
I mean, Man City do that. If something doesn't, Chelsea do that. If you lot don't do well, you don't get a second striker the year after. When have Chelsea ever sat on a bad player? Sometimes you buy a player, if he doesn't work well, teams like Chelsea and Man City always buy it.
But what if you have a manager? What if you have a manager who tells the board, listen, I already have good contacts with Leipzig. I already have Sesko in the pocket. He will join us, but not this year. He will join us last year. What happens? We were linked with Watkins. We could have gotten Watkins, but we lowballed them because Arteta knew that he was going to splash the cash on Sesko. He didn't want to spend any more money on other strikers. He could have, but he didn't. He picked that himself.
Look at the chat, bro. He bought his
Arsenal fans. One sec. I was having this conversation with another Arsenal fan. Where did you not get this idea that Arteta wanted these players, he didn't want these players? Where do you guys get this information from?
Bro,
media? From the media?
Bro, it's all it could all be rumors. Bro, the other day we were having an argument with someone saying,
you're telling me most
they're having a fight. What do you mean?
Let me ask you one thing. So you're telling me that Andrea Berta watched Noni Madueke when he was at Atletico Madrid. Is that what's going on, bro?
No, of course not.
There you go.
Always a collaboration, though.
And you know what happened? One thing. Arteta wanted Madueke. Edu said no. He said, no, I'm not going to buy Madueke. Are you crazy? And then the year after, when Berta joined, he convinced Berta to buy Madueke. He's an Arteta target, bro. Most of these players are Arteta targets. You don't understand, bro. He is the guy that dictates the stuff behind the scenes. I know for a fact that Arteta has a lot of control at Arsenal. I know that, right? But for you to say he signed of course but he definitely wanted an attacker as well, though. He definitely wanted an attacker last year, and you know that. Every single person went into last summer how they went into this summer. Arsenal need a striker, and they didn't come out with one. That super chat, all it said was finished 2 points of Arsenal, and you got Calafiori and Marino, which he chose, which he probably wanted, but they didn't give him the attacker that he wanted as well. That's all I'm saying.
All right, but managers don't get everything they want, though. There's plenty of seasons
But
Liverpool
if there's a
Cup
clear,
wanted
if there's
this,
a
Cup
clear
wanted
gap
that.
in your team, bro,
There's been clear gaps. There's been clear gaps
and
where
by the
Liverpool
way,
didn't have this, and they still
I
won it.
just want to say
guys,
one more thing before I
please. One at a
stop.
time, please.
Okay.
One at a time, so we can hear each other.
I just want to say one more thing before I stop. Before I know Mo is tired of hearing all this, but for people saying that I have an agenda against Arteta, all I do is name facts. All I do is observe, and I name things that I see this manager do. If I said I don't like him personally, I don't like how he treats the players, blah blah, that's an agenda. All I'm giving you is what I observe and what I deem as facts. Okay, it's that simple. Arteta is the dictator behind the scenes. It's that simple. He gets the targets that he wants. Why do you think Madueke was done within a week? Because he wanted that player. Why do you think Kai Havertz was done within a week? Because he wanted that player. It's that simple. If he doesn't want a player like Gyökeres, for example, it will take this long because Gyökeres was not his target. If Sesko was the price that our club deemed affordable, we would have bought Sesko within a week. It's that simple. It's Arteta's team, and we're just living in it. It's that simple, bro. Wallah, people need to understand. People need to know the facts, bro, about this team. It's that simple. Go ahead, Mo.
Wow. It's going to be a fiery. Okay. You guys are all wrong about Arsenal. Who of you can say that this transfer window is the best in the past 6 years because this is the mentality booster in the team overall. So Hakai really saying that he thinks that this transfer window is going to push Arsenal to the next level. That is what he thinks. It depends if Arsenal get an extra player or not in Eze or somebody. We'll see, Hakai, what is happening. We'll see what is going on, but I still believe that. I don't know. I can't back Arsenal to win the league, and I said that multiple times, but I'm not going to sit here and back Arsenal to win the league. I believe that they can win the league, but I'm not going to back them to win the league. Yes, Mo, hold Maresca to that. The board thinks Enzo will displace Pep. The expectations are the same for all. Fuck the excuses, win or fuck off. Big up Blaze. I'm holding Maresca. Challenge, win a cup, go quarterfinal in the Champions League. And I believe he has the team to do it. I genuinely believe the Chelsea team is good enough, especially with Simons. I don't give a single F what players they have in their team and how good they are. When they won few FA Cups, they're going to pass. Then they're going to pass the cup. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I think people are... listen. By the way, my browser just kind of collapsed a little bit. It came back. Gonna pass the... I don't know, Mookie, what do you mean? Like Arsenal need to win the cups? Arsenal are past the fucking cups. People just... On October 15th, 2016, Slot became interim coach together with... I don't know the name, with Holshoff after Mass was fired. So he wasn't an assistant coach. He was an interim coach. I was coming to the facts. Facts!
No, because when Hilltop joined, Slot was there very shortly, and then he left for Cambuur.
Arsenal have 40% left till we can say Isak is a Liverpool player. Still work to be done. I don't know what that means, Jerry. What does that mean?
It means that the deal's 60% completed.
Oh my God. All right then. Okay. Fair enough for Liverpool.
Thank you, Fabrizio.
By the way, there is another news that actually you might sign Rodrygo as well. Arsenal have won 14 FA Cups. Okay, fair enough. That is
make me stop too, bro, honestly.
AMT. Okay, so but he wants his club to win the league or the Champions League, not the cups. Mo, you're being such a fraud. You said countless times club have to win trophies, but for Arsenal they don't have to win certain trophies. Mo Jenda Howler. No, I believe same. If Liverpool, if Liverpool next season becomes second and maybe win the cup and the FA Cup or a cup double, that is maybe a failure, but it's okay. You know why, Dakai? Because they have won the league and the Champions League. Arsenal have won nothing, in my opinion. And people that don't want to hear it, you can't hear it. Big clubs like Liverpool, like Chelsea, like Arsenal, like Man City, like Inter, like Juventus, like Milan, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? Real Madrid. Cups are not enough for a 5 year or 6 years as a manager. If Jurgen Klopp didn't win the league or the Champions League, no matter how many times he challenged, he is not good enough for Liverpool. Cups are not enough for giant clubs. And you become a giant clubs by multiple times winning the league, by multiple times winning probably the Champions League in case of other clubs as well. And Arsenal Football Club, they deem themselves as a big club. So they must win the league or the Champions League.
And Mo, are you happy with the Coppa Italia this year?
No, fuck Coppa Italia, bro. Inter or not, like, bro, Coppa Italia my ass.
I'm not gonna lie, even me, I wouldn't be satisfied with Coppa Italia this year.
Coppa Italia, a Napoli fan that won the league 3 times in their history. And they're not happy with Coppa Italia. Tell me Arsenal that won the league 13 times and have the cup 14 times to be
2 times in 3 years, have some respect.
Okay, but you get my point. You get my point. Arsenal are a big team. They can't be content with an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. That's Crystal Palace stuff, with all due respect.
Yeah. Okay. Mo.
More to say Arsenal are above the League Cup and the FA Cup is shocking when they are not winning anything. Liverpool and City win them along with others. And I think, Mark, Arsenal could have won the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup in the last 3 years. You cannot have your manager 5 years and at the end, the fruit of building this magnificent team is winning the cup. That is bullshit. You built for 6 years and your fruit, your end result is winning the cup. Mark, I don't think you people are listening. Arsenal are not above the cups. But Arteta, after 6 years, is above the cup. When Arteta won the FA Cup, it didn't matter. Clowns.
And guess what? None of those players are here currently.
I'm just doing the super chats. I'm just going. Just give me a second. Big Steve on a big 6. If we sign Cisco instead of Gyökeres, then Arsenal aren't serious. Arsenal signed him and now he doesn't rate Gyökeres. Rivals hypocrisy. I'm telling you, OGN, that happens all the time. It happens all the time.
By the way, can I just say something to TK real quick? I think Arteta's recruitment is poor, by the way. I think Arteta's recruitment and the players that he's chosen is horrific. I'll put my hands up. I'm saying that like I'm Arteta, but like his recruitment is poor. But I think as a manager, what he's done to bring Arsenal back to relevancy deserves.
Now he needs to deliver.
That's all it is with Arsenal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm at a point similar to you lot. I think he has to deliver. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I just respect where he's taken Arsenal from the process over these last couple of years. Because, bro, you know this. Arsenal since 2004 were an absolute joke. Especially from like 2009 onwards, after that, Arshavin, Nasri, that team was a very good team where you finished second in 2009-10, I believe. Fabregas, Van Persie. Since then, Arsenal have been a joke. Like, you didn't even sniff Champions League, right? So I think taking that team to this is very admirable. Whether he can take it over the top or not, I think he can. Some people think he don't. So all I'm saying about Arteta is that's literally my main point. You know what I'm trying to say? Obviously,
let me run through this.
I think
last 10 years of Wenger winning FA Cups, no APLs, and that was not enough, and the fans got fed up with it. Blaze is saying Maresca would have won Europa with that Arsenal team. Probably he might. We don't know. We'll see him in the Champions League next season. You're judging him based on the Club World Cup and Conference League. So we'll just have to see what happens in the Champions League next season, Blaze, right? Chelsea 23-24, much better than Arsenal 19-20. He means 22-23. Fair enough, yeah, they are better than that Arsenal. Even though Arsenal had Lacazette, Aubameyang, which were good. They had Xhaka. They were not that bad. People make it that Arsenal were that bad. Bro, I'm talking about every effing position. Yes, exactly, MT. We explained it. Wayne is saying Leicester players weren't world class before they won the league. 100%. Nobody rated Mahrez or Vardy or anybody before winning the league. So Arsenal need to win the league. Mo, the hostage. I'm not a hostage. I'm enjoying the conversation. I think it's a very good conversation. Wenger won the won with Pascal Sagan. Okay, so Arteta must win the cups, but he's past the cups now. AMT, he's past the freaking cups. TKA, I'm pretty sure a sporting director who's known for his scouting knows plenty about
Madukster.
I mean, Berta signed Conor Gallagher last summer, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but also reports came out that Arteta was a very, very big fan of Madueke. He had that purple patch and Chelsea decided to keep him, but Edu did not even agree with him in the first place to bring in Madueke. Arteta was already a fan of Madueke. It's not Berta's idea to buy Madueke. That's just not true.
I'm not gonna. I think Madueke is gonna turn out to be a pretty decent signing for Arsenal. I think it gives him a different dynamic because you know how Arsenal are a slow build-up team. I think he's your typical direct winger, and I think he gives them something different in it.
I would rather see Rafa Leao or your
No, I mean, I don't think. By the way, I don't think Madueke was brought to be.
Yes.
Oh, Rafael Leao. Yo, Mo.
Rafa Leao.
Mo, I said this 2 years ago on your channel.
No.
I said Rafael Leao would be the complete and utter game changer for Arsenal.
You know what? Wallah al-Azim. If Liverpool sign Rafa Leao on the left and have Isak up top and Salah on the right, like I just kind of you don't understand how good.
Even I'll enjoy them.
Okay, last two super chats. If Arteta wanted Sterling, fire him on the spot. It was Edo. And she's saying Arteta wanted Modric as his left winger, wanted Sisco as a striker, and he brought in Madueke. Might as well bring in Gervinho out of retirement. Hey. His recruitment is bad. We all know this.
But it's my agenda. It's my agenda, guys. It's, you know
Mo, Pascal Sagan was in the Invincible team, but he wasn't a big part of the Invincible team. Not everyone that was in the Invincible team is amazing. Like, not everyone that was at Man City triple team is amazing. Not everyone that was in the Man United triple team is phenomenal. It's different, guys. It's different, the AMT. Not everyone is phenomenal. If Arteta is above winning the cups after one FA Cup, I guess Oliver Glasner is too. Yeah, but it's the club. The car, you don't understand the car. It's the club, not Arteta. Arsenal now with the same manager. If a new manager comes in with Arsenal, they can win the cup in their first year and it'll be okay. Ask Jerry. Jerry, last season, quickly, Jerry, please, because I want to end the show. What was the target for Arsenal last season?
The target was to get into the Champions League.
And if he won the cup along the way, it would be phenomenal achievement.
Perfect. Would be phenomenal achievement. And
see the guy, it's because the manager, a new manager, but Arteta has been there for a while. Arsenal are not above the cup, but Mikel Arteta has had his time. Already. Anyway, guys, this will take you to Hussam with A-listers. I'm sorry I stayed long. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow or today or later today or whatever. But I'm gonna appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone that is in Jerry James channel is in the description. Great appearance. Ziad's Zone in the description. So are you live today, ya Habibi? After Hussam?
I was live in the morning.
Are you live after Hussam?
No.
Okay. TK is here. Salad is here with us. Guys, wallahi, this was a fire show. I know a lot of people got rattled. This is how YouTube works. Different opinions. Appreciate you, Jerry, for joining. Fantastic. I want to have you more, bro, but you just don't have time. I know that.
If you do it later, then I can do it, you know.
All right. TK. We'll have you more, TK. Zizo, thank you for being here. Next time we'll talk more about Chelsea instead of saying 3-time Champions League winner or 2-time Champions League winner, world champions. And Salad's here. We'll see you guys soon. Hit the like button, people. We are very close to 500 likes, only 30 likes away. Get the subscription count up, guys, because we're very close to 38, 200. And I will see you guys later. We're out of here, people. Thank you so much.